Hey guys, BC here. So I initially had a skit recorded for him, and it got lost. I don't know what happened. I ended up having to go through and delete a bunch of things, and I may have deleted the skit entirely on accident, and I'm not about to try and remake it. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Back to your regular scheduled program.
Stay nutty and get your geek on.
What's up, guys? BC coming back at you guys. Yet another Transformers video review, and today we are going to be taking a look at a figure that is so freaking large that I can't keep this thing properly in shot. Fanstoys Phoenix. Good lord, how am I gonna do this? So basically, here's what we got going on. So he does come with accessories. Normally, I would take a look at those first, but basically, I'm just gonna name them off real quick. Extra symbol chest piece, eyes, and the flight stand adapter. He also has the gun, which is attached right back here. So if you were hating on the accessory sections, well, guess what? There we go. It's done. I'm not showing off any of that other stuff entirely because it's just a distraction from the majesty that is this. Seriously, this thing is beautiful. Like, I love this thing so much. To give you guys a bit of a size comparison, you come here. There's Jackie. Yeah, big jet. So, yeah, it's a big jet. Y'all knew what was gonna happen. All jokes aside, this jet mode is absolutely massive. As you can clearly see, I'm struggling to keep this in shot. So let's go ahead and back up a bit so you can actually get the full thing in frame. So I can actually get this full thing in frame. And you can see why I had to put a towel up, because he's going to get big. He's going to be very, very, very big. So the white backdrop kind of had to go. So there we go. There is the full jet mode. And it's unapologetically huge glory. Where do we go from here? I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. Oh my god. So yeah, big figure. Let's see if I can get this reset. And I guess we'll just go ahead and start with the transformation. So, with that said, let's get a move on. Take these top wings, flatten them out. Come around to the back, pop this up, which in turn will pop this up. Untab these bits from the thrusters, making sure all this stays out of the way. Actually, go ahead and just fold that up in there, get it out of your way. And then take these thruster bits, go ahead and push them up into here. And then close these down. Take this piece and, well, okay, if it stayed untabbed, go ahead and close it up and then tab this back down. Take his wing, pull it out, flip those panels in, fold this around, and then angle it forward. Same thing on the other side. Go ahead and open these up to flip in the landing gear. And then flip in the front landing gear. Untab his leg and bring it down, and that wasn't supposed to happen. So we'll go ahead and put that back in. There we go. Those are now out. Let's get the big boy standing. Open up his feet by bringing this down, flipping up the toe, and then uncurling the foot. Same thing on the other foot. If it'll work. Come on. Come on. There we go. It was fighting me for a second there, but there we go. Feet are out. Going up a floor just really quick. Bring this piece down, which is a solid die-cast piece. Like I mistakenly did previously, go ahead and untab these bits and then actually bring them down. In there. Tab them back in. And we're not going to touch this yet. Because what we're going to do now is we're actually going to angle this up and to work with this. What you're going to do is you're going to untab it from down here, which is going to... This is not exactly easy to get a good grip on. Oh, wait, duh. That's why it's not working right, because you actually have to undo this first. So once you get that undone, then you should be able to just get underneath there, give this a good tug, and all this will come undone. Just like that. Fold this entire die-cast metal armature up and around in there, and then just kind of fold that flat right there. And I'm sorry for the focus going completely out of whack there. But there you go. That's basically what you want for that. Take the nose cone, flip it in. Go ahead and undo this, and then slide these little side panels out like this. This will come into play in a second. Bring them down, and then flip these panels up just a bit so that you bear in mind that those are there. And okay, now for the fun part. Once you get all of this undone and unlatched, it should allow you to take these white sections and start folding them around. Make sure these stay slid out so that they don't get in the way. And this is where things are also going to get very interesting. Go ahead and fold this up and flat underneath there real quick. And then just kind of do that real quick. Because now we need to get the head out. Head is right there. Push that through. Make sure you got room back here because you need to utilize a series of panels to get the head completely up. Once you have it up, rotate it. And go ahead and flip these straight forward just for good measure. Because now we're really going to start locking some things in real quick. Actually, before I do that, go ahead and flip this bit up. Trust me, you're going to need that. Fold this up underneath here, clip it in. Then bring this whole thing down and around like this. Flip up that cross panel. And lock his head in. Slide those in. Flip these panels around. And they will plug into these panels, and that locks this whole thing in. Returning to his back section, this little white clip thing that I flipped up is going to clip in right back here. So this comes up, and bam. Now, that is on there. That is not coming undone like the hips gave before that unplugged. Like, jeez, this thing locks together. Obviously, this is going to be a twofer. Give this a good solid pull. Rotate it. One of the neatest things is you actually have to get this panel out. But there's no real way to get in there and really flip it. What they did here is to get it out, you bend the elbow and then bend it back down. It just comes right out. Now, instructions say to push on it to lock it in. For the sake of the articulation section, I'm going to go ahead and pop it down and leave it that way. Same thing for the other side, of course. But we're not quite out of the woods just yet. Open this up. Flip this panel around to reveal his hand. I'll get the other hand out, and then we'll take a look at him. Sweet baby Jesus. Holy God. How do I explain this? This is a big boy. Yeah, this is a big boy. I have nothing else to really say. The Autobot symbol that is on here can pop out, and you can pop in the extra one that has the Decepticon symbol on it. Obviously, when you get it, these are blank. Mine have the symbols, so we're good there. And I guess if you want me to, I can show you how he looks with the gun. So, let's go ahead and give him said gun. And there's kind of a bit of a spoiler with the articulation here, but it's okay, it's whatever. Let's get this in the hand. And there we go. In all seriousness, this just feels right. Like, it just feels so right. And of course, I kind of got a bit of a gamey wrist, but you know, that's nothing floor polish can't fix. Let's do some size comparisons. Size comparison wise, there's MP Sideswipe, MP Ratchet, MP 44, MP Victory Saber, and the closest thing to the secret mold that I have currently right now, an MP Conehead. Now for the part that I'm probably going to end up dreading the most. Not because it sucks, but because he's super heavy from all the diecast. Articulation. Let's do it. Since I really don't feel like consistently trying to pick him up, I'm just going to go ahead and move the camera closer. So, he has a swivel at the base of the neck, and a hinge connecting the head to the neck. So, he gets that much up, gets that much down, which is not a lot. Kind of unfortunate. Looks left and right. No issues with the head whatsoever. Shoulders are ratcheted up and down, as well as forward and back. Bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow, but gets you the full curl. So no need to worry there. And my favorite part about the articulation is these hands. They fully open up. Thumb is on a ball joint and two separate hinges. Fingers are technically on 4 different hinges, but 3 of those hinges are what's used to curl the fingers. The second hinge is what allows these to spread. These are beautifully done. These look amazing. And they articulate like absolute champs. Like, look at this. Look at this. That is crazy. Now, whether or not you would count this as articulation or not, that's entirely up to you. But if you do undo these hip sections, which I am doing for the thing of showing it off, you do get the slightest bit of rotation here. Me personally, I don't think it's worth trying to get this extra bit of movement by unlocking things. So, for the sake of it, I'm going to call that as a... It's there if you need it. However, one thing that I can flat out guarantee he does not have is an ab crunch. Slightly disappointing. Hip skirts move out of the way so that you can get the hips out about as far as they can go. There's him holding it. Hips go forward and back. on a ratchet, thigh swivel, knee swivel, single jointed knee on a very heavy ratchet, and this figure is really heavy. Swapping arms real quick. He's got a very limited amount of ankle movement, both in and out, backward, forward. Backward, you get way more back than you do forward. Like, just that's a whole lot more backwards than you do forwards. And I think the only reason why you would get more is if you move a couple things. I don't know. But based off what I understand, from what I understand, if you want more ankle movement in general, you would open these and move it forward, and that is what would allow for more movement overall. Unless I'm a dunce and not realizing that's for transformation. No, it's not. That's bound to be for the ankle movement. That's gotta be what it's for. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly confident that this is meant for more ankle movement. Yeah, I'm kind of confident on that. It's for more ankle movement. Oh well, so let's set the big boy down and get ready for some final thoughts. Final thoughts wise, let's talk about the negatives. Handling this thing is a pain in the butt. And it's entirely due to the fact that he is super heavy. So the fact that he's super heavy makes moving him half the time a bit of a chore. I haven't had any paint chipping issues, but I know that kind of really isn't much of an issue with this, so scratch that, I guess. I really don't know what else to say there. Some of the articulation, I gotta admit, I wish he had a lot more. The ankles are a bit... I'm not sure how I feel about the ankles just yet. I'm really wishing he had an ab crunch. I'm not gonna lie, I really wish he had one, especially since the neck doesn't get nearly as much movement as I would have liked. Those these hip sections that have to come down to get that slightest bit of a waist twist, there has to have been a better way to do that. There has to have been. If sacrificing structural integrity means you get a waist joint, then honestly, keep the structural... I'm calling it as keep the structural integrity integrated and forget the waist articulation. So basically, that basically leaves him at he is extremely limited. That being said, though, that's about it. That's about all I got for you. This dude is awesome. He has a striking presence. The paint that is applied looks fantastic. I love the usage of colored clear plastic over top of technical details. This brings this thing on a presence standpoint to a whole nother level. I especially adore painted eyes. This helps a figure so much, especially something of this size. The articulation that he does have works like a champ. He's stable. He's solid. The transformation, unlike Galvatron, is not long and unbelievably challenging. He's fun. He's straightforward. He's intuitive. Those articulated hands, guys, I'm telling you, those articulated hands, game changers. I don't know why they're not utilizing that more often on the rest of their figures. We need more hands like that. We need more Transformer hands like that. I cannot stress that enough. So with all that said, what's his final ranking? I think it's pretty obvious that he is an easy platinum. Yep, yeah, it's official. He is platinum. And it makes sense because it's a Fanstoys product. Obviously, it was going to get a really high ranking from me. But even with that said, this guy earning the platinum seal, it was inevitable. You're not going to be able to tell me otherwise. So with that said, guys, I'm taking up enough of your time. This is BC saying, stay there and you get your geek on. I'll talk to you guys next time.